For the past year, companies everywhere have been racing to add AI to their products, and almost every time, it looks the same. A small chat window appears in the corner of a website or app. It greets you, answers a few questions, maybe summarizes a document, maybe points you to a help article. It feels modern. It feels like progress. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most of these AI chatbots are not transforming anything. They are just sitting on top of the same broken systems, giving the illusion of intelligence without actually changing how work gets done. Because answering questions is not the same as solving problems. And that's where things start to fall apart. The moment a user needs something real, an issue resolved, a task completed, a decision made, the chatbot hits a wall. It can explain, it can suggest, but it can't execute. So the user gets pushed back into the same manual processes that existed before the AI showed up. This is why so many AI projects feel impressive in demos, but disappointing in reality. So instead of asking how to build better chatbots, there's a much more important question to ask. What if the entire approach is wrong? What if the future of AI isn't about building systems that talk better, but building systems that actually do the work? The chatbot trap. Why everyone started here. It's easy to understand why chatbots became the default starting point. They're simple, they're visible, and most importantly, they're familiar. People already know how to chat. So when AI tools became widely available, the most obvious way to use them was to wrap them in a conversation interface. Suddenly, every department wanted one: customer support bots, HR bots, IT help desk bots, internal knowledge assistants. The idea felt scalable. Just connect your data, train the system, and let it handle requests. But what companies quickly discovered is that conversation is only useful up to a point. A chatbot can answer, "What is our refund policy?" But what happens when the user says, "I want a refund?" A chatbot can explain how to reset access. But what happens when the reset fails? A chatbot can summarize a report. But what happens when a decision needs to be made based on it? That's where the illusion breaks. Because chatbots are built around interaction, not execution. They respond to inputs, but they don't move processes forward. And that creates a strange situation where users feel like they're getting help, but still end up doing the heavy lifting themselves. It's like hiring someone who can explain every step of a task perfectly, but refuses to actually do any of it. And once you see that clearly, you realize something important. The problem isn't that chatbots are bad. The problem is that they were never designed to carry real work. Why chatbots look impressive, but fail in practice? In a controlled environment, chatbots feel powerful. You ask a clean question. The system pulls from curated data. It gives you a precise, confident answer. Everything looks smooth. Everything looks intelligent. And for a moment, it feels like the system understands your world. But real environments are not clean. Real workflows are messy. Data is incomplete. Systems don't talk to each other. Permissions get in the way. Edge cases appear constantly. And users don't phrase requests in neat, predictable ways. So what happens? The chatbot becomes a middle layer that slows everything down. Instead of going directly to a system, the user now has to ask the bot, interpret the answer, verify if it's correct, and then still take action manually. And if something goes wrong, the process becomes even more complicated. What was supposed to remove friction ends up adding it. This is why many organizations quietly struggle after launching AI tools. The excitement fades, and the real question emerges. Why isn't this actually making things easier? And the answer is simple. Because intelligence alone doesn't fix broken workflows. If your systems are disconnected, your data is unreliable, and your processes are manual, then adding a chatbot doesn't solve the problem. It just makes the problem sound smarter. The real shift from talking to doing. This is where the real transformation begins. The next phase of AI is not about better conversations. It's about completed tasks. Think about what people actually want. They don't want explanations. They want outcomes. They don't want a detailed answer about a process. They want the process handled. They don't want to read insights from data. They want those insights turned into action. And that requires a different kind of system entirely. Instead of stopping at conversation, AI needs to move through a sequence, understand the request, gather the right context, access the necessary tools, take action, check results, and continue until the job is done. That's not a chatbot, that's a working system. And once AI starts operating this way, everything changes. Because now the question is no longer, what should the bot say? It becomes, what should the system be allowed to do? And that shift from language to execution is where real value is created. If this is making sense so far, take a second to like the video and subscribe. I break down AI, infrastructure, and what's actually happening beneath the hype so you can stay ahead of where all this is going. What to build instead. AI that lives inside workflows. So if chatbots are not the answer, what should companies be building instead? The focus needs to shift from interfaces to workflows. Instead of creating systems that sit on top of work, the goal is to build AI into the work itself. That means designing systems around 4 key elements. First, context. AI needs access to real, up-to-date information about what's happening. Not static documents, not outdated knowledge bases. Live operational context. Second, tools. If the system can't interact with other systems, it can't do anything meaningful. It needs the ability to update records, trigger actions, retrieve data, and move tasks forward. Third, guardrails. Not everything should be automated blindly. The system needs boundaries. When to act, when to ask for approval, and what it should never touch. Fourth, continuity. Real work is not one step. It's a sequence. Tasks evolve. Conditions change. A useful AI system remembers, adapts, and continues. When you combine these elements, something interesting happens. The experience stops feeling like a conversation and starts feeling like progress. Instead of asking for help, users start seeing outcomes appear. Issues get resolved. Tasks get completed. Work moves forward. And that's the difference between an AI that talks and an AI that actually works. Why this shift is harder than it looks. Now here's where reality sets in. Building these kinds of systems is significantly harder than launching a chatbot. Because once AI moves from talking to acting, the stakes change. The first challenge is infrastructure. Chatbots operate in bursts. A user asks a question, gets an answer, and that's it. But systems that execute tasks operate continuously. They process data, interact with tools, and generate ongoing activity. That puts pressure on compute, networking, and system design in ways most organizations are not prepared for. The second challenge is data. Most businesses don't have clean, unified data. Information is scattered across tools, formats, and departments. AI can't operate effectively in an environment where the truth is fragmented. So before automation works, data needs to be structured, accessible, and reliable. The third challenge is trust. Answering incorrectly is annoying. Acting incorrectly is dangerous. Once AI starts making changes, sending actions, or triggering workflows, the need for control becomes critical. Permissions, monitoring, validation, and security all become central pieces of the system. And this is where many companies get stuck, because they realize the real problem was never the chatbot. It was everything underneath it. The real winners will redesign work itself. The biggest shift happening right now is not technological, it's strategic. Companies are starting to realize that AI is not just a feature. It's a forcing function. It forces you to rethink how work is structured. The organizations that win will not be the ones with the most advanced chat interfaces. They will be the ones that redesign their workflows to take advantage of what AI can actually do. They will remove unnecessary steps. They will connect systems that were previously isolated. They will allow AI to handle repetitive processes. And they will focus human effort where judgment truly matters. In other words, they won't just upgrade their tools. They will upgrade how their business operates. And that creates a compounding advantage. Because once workflows are redesigned, everything becomes faster, more efficient, and more scalable. While others are still polishing chatbots, these companies will be quietly transforming how work happens behind the scenes. So no, the future of AI is not a better chatbot. That was only the first layer. The real shift is towards systems that don't just respond, but act. Systems that don't just sound helpful, but quietly move work forward. That's why stop building AI chatbots matters. Not because chatbots are worthless, but because they only scratch the surface of what AI can become. And the companies that understand that early will have a very different advantage. In the next one, the picture gets even bigger.